Welcome to Blab. This Blab is about Skyline and Skype. Skyline is a live streaming webcam used in the tourism industry, and we have Mr. Preston Odenbrecht, an American living in Honduras. He's the expert, he's a representative of these cameras in America. My name is Walter Rivera, I live in Puerto Rico and also represent these live streaming webcams up in Puerto Rico. But also we're going to talk about Skype because there's hilarious. It's a way to communicate with potential customers and create chat rooms, create groups, and it's a great system of communication. We have Miss Julie Wolf, an expert in Skype since 1990. So welcome.
Julie wants to talk about that. I think that's an interesting concept in itself to have a Skype group within a certain industry. Walter and I created, mostly he did, a room because we've been talking with Julie last week.
Would you say companies are switching from phone to Skype? Yes.
So we were talking about
right.
communities.
They could.
I mean, they could,
but I don't think it has been
basically,
properly marketed to switch
the way
phones
to really
from phones to
power
Skype. And
your
but you
business
can't. It is
these
VoIP.
days
Is to get where the people are, right? Where they're hanging out, where they're engaging and participating and conversing. And of course, that is all over the social media, all over the internet. Well, you can do that in Skype. And the benefit to a business to use a Skype community or a group chat, I call them Skype rooms, is that you can then essentially start building a list in Skype, and you can put links in Mastermind so that as your community out there on the internet is having conversations about your business, about your niche, you can invite them into Skype. And when they start engaging and participating and evangelizing your business or your niche even, you can actually start passing links and getting them not only into a Skype room, but out to the internet to share on, wherever they share, whether it's Twitter, that's where we are in Blab, Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or Hangouts on there or, Pinterest or LinkedIn there's all these ways that you can Instagram and Google Plus and all these ways that you can get people not just into a community on Skype, which is more intimate than anywhere else, but also from that engaged community back out to the internet to start sharing and evangelizing and conversing about engaging about your business. That's right. If you offer unique content, I was just speaking to somebody last night, how he was saying marketing has changed so much. If you just start sending traffic to a sales page, they're not going to engage. They're just going to abandon the page. If you start offering quality content, people will start engaging, and of course, pictures and media, videos, as well as text can be very, very easy to engage for your audience to engage in. Right. It's still about relationship marketing and relationship building. Well, you're attracting them into a group chat usually. I mean, you could put a button to yourself or to a business Skype account. If you want your private account to be Skype account to be private, you can create a business account. But I personally think this is one of my Skype strategies, is that what you share as far as having people connect with you on Skype out on the internet, or in your niches, perhaps it's a forum or a membership site, wherever people are having conversations, it could be very targeted, and you're attracting people from the internet into Skype to connect with you via Skype buttons, your Skype ID. I think a better strategy is to attract people into a group chat. And that way your team members, your other customers, your partners, your virtual assistants, your evangelists can be in there to engage when they come in, and you can filter and qualify them. And then you can build a very targeted, responsive, engaged list once you can attract people into Skype, and especially into a Skype room, it's going to be targeted because they're essentially opting in. Just like when you're building a list, if you can attract people to your site because they're interested in the topic, and then capture their email, you can also capture their Skype. And it's even better if they're coming after you. And then, we can talk about Skype list building too. I think building a mastermind or a community group chat on Skype allows you to use Skype tools that then let you basically segment your list building and get a much bigger response from Skype list building than you would from email list building. I would do them both. I would do them all.
If you guys are interested in tourism, travel industry, we actually set up a Skype group.
Right.
And then,
when I was getting to know Walter, I actually showed him how to build a correctly created community using a legacy Skype room, not a cloud-based Skype room, where you have more control. First, you capture their email and optionally capture their Skype ID in the right. Capture form. Optionally, if they want to connect with you on Skype or join the Skype room, they give their Skype ID, and then on the thank you page after they subscribe with their email, optionally their Skype ID. You can add a Skype ID field with autoresponders. You can add that. On the thank you page was the Skype room join button. And, there's a way to create a button on a web page to allow people to click to enter on their own accord, right? They are basically coming to you to join a group chat Skype room.
Marissa is asking about that link, so that link will be available. Marissa, you can DM me once we're done here, and I can probably get that to you.
Do you want to send people to the Brain Theme Park? I mean, we can always change the name of it. Yeah. And so that they can see the example of the capture page, the web form with the Skype ID. And then if you opt in, you get to experience the thank you page after they opt in with the Skype room join button that they can click. You allow Skype to launch. There's a pop-up that comes up. The browser, it says different things, but allow app to launch. The app is Skype. So allow that to launch when you click a Skype button. Could be to a personal, to chat with you personally, or call you, or look at your profile, or add you on Skype. Or you can have a Skype button on a web page also to join a Skype room, so you can experience that. So I don't know if you had something else. Sounded like you had something else in mind, Preston, but that's what we had set up.
No, that's fine. And said, we wanted to try to create that community. I don't care where the community is being created.
Okay.
Obviously, because out of that creative or out of that community, maybe we'll find some customers, maybe we'll find some partners.
Well,
I mean,
you guys want
I'm
to come into the community and help the Brain theme park engage.
right. Exactly. Because the thing is that, Walter and I are working together. We met each other actually on Blab. He came to one of my Blabs or something, and then he tweeted me. Then I tweeted him back saying, hey, I'm looking for partners. You're in the tourism industry. Let's talk. And here we are today, less than a month. The fact of the matter is that Skype is part of our conversation because that's where a lot of our texting goes back and forth. And it's a lot easier than doing email because email, unfortunately, gets lost. And I know I get a ton of email, and Skype, I see it, I know who sent it, and so I'm going to answer them if I know them, and that in itself is pretty cool because you can directly at that particular time be able to communicate with it, and that's what's so valuable, I think, for the hotel and resort industry. If they capture that, if they can understand that, how powerful they're able to create a one-on-one connection directly with their guests. So.
Right.
Well, that's great. Julie, if you can, please put your website out there that you have for Skype chat. Walter said on tourscams.com, you can go to tourscams.com/Julie Wolf, not now, but probably tomorrow or later tonight, and you'll be able to see all her connections and all her things. But follow her, follow us.
Well, I tweeted my URL. Okay, right. Blab is amazing. Follow everybody on Twitter. I share a lot of things on Twitter and social media that are not necessarily Skype related, but there is a lot of my Skype tips in things that do get shared out, my YouTube videos, how to do all kinds of wild things on Skype to help your business grow. So what I did was I just tweeted from the Blab, I added my domain, which is CUYOU, CSEEYOU, just like all the words, CU on Skype.com. CU on Skype.com. Marissa's asking all kinds of great questions. I saw a question popped up about how do I introduce this to your boss? Well, it depends on what your boss needs. Does he want to receive sales calls or prospect or potential client or customer calls on Skype, or have that call go to forwarded if he doesn't answer it, or if the first line doesn't answer it, his, the people in his office that would normally answer those phones or team. So receiving calls on Skype, if he's getting traffic to his site, if he's getting social media engagement to his site, it would be good to attract people into a Skype community, a group chat, to qualify people, first of all, and then potentially to filter them, not just qualify and filter, but also engage them, both in Skype and out in Skype. And if he's getting traffic to his site, to your business's site, then you want to capture the visitor. You want to give them a reason to engage and come and find you and have conversations. And so not just capturing their email, but also capturing their Skype, or having them capture you on Skype or the Skype community are really good ways to build a list, not just in Skype, but the more responsive list building than Skype and better delivery and huge open rate and click-through rate is building a list in Skype. I clicked Marissa. I saw the answer. I'm learning Blab here quickly, guys.
Yep.
So if I'm trying to see if I can make Skype a recommendation to my boss, which is what I just answered, in place of using our VoIP phones to save money, but we have some people who can't get Skype on their laptop, right? So you can get a Skype phone number for people who don't have Skype and will still ring your Skype. And then you can do all these settings for forwarding calls and getting voicemail and forwarded to your email. Okay, do you have a traditional work phone too? Yes, I have a traditional work phone. Right, it's a big phone system in my home office, you're seeing here, in the forest. And when you hit line 2 on this phone, my husband is a phone person, phone system, person. That's what he does for part of his business. He helps people with their data wire cabling and phone systems. When you press line 2, it automatically rings my Skype out number. So you can have a private number you can use from around the world to call out using a Skype subscription, which now we're talking about spending a little bit of money, but it's actually a very small amount to start incorporating calls in both directions, coming in and going out, using Skype, using a Skype subscription and a Skype phone number, Skype in, Skype out, Skype to go, so that you can be anywhere in the world or in any time, in any area code in your country or internationally, to create a free Skype number just so that you can pick up the phone. Imagine I'm picking up the phone. The phone got moved, sorry. Pick up the phone and call that number to use your Skype subscription. So there's so many options. I'm going to be talking the second and the third and fourth week of every month. I talk about all kinds of interesting ways of using Skype. I call it Skype tips and training and Skype tools. And we're going to talk about using phones with Skype specifically, because people don't usually think of that. So if people don't have Skype, you can still give them a phone number and they can call that number and it will ring your Skype. So hopefully that will, and I use a traditional phone line because I have that kind of internet that requires a phone line anyway. So, but my long distance is all through my Skype subscription.
So most of that information is available on your website. I put it on the right-hand side, seeyouonskype.com. So people can definitely go there, join, and get more information. But go ahead, Walter. All right. Well, I have working on the landing page. Hopefully get that done today. But you can go to Preston, which is, of course, my name. And you can email me, and I'll try to give you that information before it comes out. I'm just having a little problems with my my computer and laptop tablet. Anyways, what we're doing, and this is amazing. I got approved by the company to do this, that anybody that has a beautiful location, whether it be a resort, whether it be a hotel, whether it be a bed and breakfast, whether it be a dentist's office, airport, a port for, big ships, it doesn't matter. As long as it gets approved by the company, we will give high definition camera from Skyline webcams for free.
Wow.
No cost. It includes hosting for a year, the basic hosting. You can always upgrade if you want. It also gives you the camera really for life, because once you have it, it's yours. And traffic coming in anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000 views the first day that it goes into on our website. Plus you get an embed code that goes on your website. And we're working on something that actually allows you to put it on your Facebook page. So there's going to be some great opportunity. There will be a sign-up form, but if you want to, email me by email, or somebody who wants, I'll put you into the contest, even if the form isn't working on my site yet. And I think it's going to be awesome to be able for cameras, because, like I said, the camera value, including the hosting, is well over $2,000 plus shipping and handling. The only thing you have to pay for, which is customs. But that's usually about 10 to 15 bucks, so it's not a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the camera? Okay.
Free webcam.
I got about 9%. I got about 8% battery, so if I disappear, it's because I have no way.
Whoa.
Yeah, what it does is basically it allows visitors from all over the world to discover who you are. Number one, our main website gets over 10 million views to the cameras each and every month. So we're not a small potato type thing anymore.
Wow.
We used to be a million 2 or 3 years ago. Now we're up to 10 million. We think we're going to go up to 50 million, which is good for everybody involved with it, because, as they say, the tide rises all boats. Well, if you have a whole bunch of these cameras up in different locations, more and more cameras will be put up because of that fact, and more tourism is happening. Puerto Rico, we're going to have, probably 3 or 4 of them going up soon, right? We've got all over Italy, all over Europe.
Wow.
I have some things here in rigorous. We got things in the U.S. now. We got things in New York, which is awesome. The statistics on New York so far are incredible. When that well, first we had, of course, New Year's Eve, and we had over, I think, 8,000 people simultaneously watching the ball drop, which is amazing in itself, because that's the highest I think we've ever had on a simultaneous
Wait, the number was too big. It didn't go in my brain. How many?
8,000
Wow.
people that were watching it. And, you know, so that company that actually sponsored that camera, that bought that camera, is getting that exposure, because a portion of those people probably clicked on their logo to find out who this company is, right? And I don't know statistics yet, but hopefully we're getting that shortly. But that's the beautiful thing about it, is that, you know, a lot of companies are spending a lot of money and it's costing them a fortune. And especially if you're doing international advertising, it's really expensive. Well, with our system, you're getting that advertising for free for life, basically. It's a really great program. Then we also have a brand program for those who are bigger brands, international. Again, you can get that on my website at PrestonOdenbrett.com. Go under the partner brand area. Email me, Skype me, whatever. Google me, you'll find me. I'm all over the place.
If you know how to spell his last name. Preston, Preston, Odenbrett, ODENBRETT.com.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, I usually do it on an American shirt.
I can't. You could speak in shirt? Where?
Oh, it's on my website, yeah, my cartoon.
Oh.
It shows that kind of fun. Yeah.
That's
yep.
First. Yeah, we have one more question from Pablo Ernesto Ducey. And his question is, don't you think that Skype has many problems with performance for business teams? I use, now, you know, it's like, how? There's so many ways of using Skype. Thank goodness you added a second sentence. I use Hangouts and never had a problem. And so thank you for adding the second sentence. I use Hangouts on air and Google Hangouts very often myself. I use YouTube a lot. I use Zoom webinars, and I use all kinds of different ways of having meetings. You can use Team Viewer for free and have group meetings. There's many ways of having a group call, essentially. And to answer your question, I think they all have benefits. Every single one of them has a benefit. I will agree with you that doing a Skype call like this, you know, the last time I checked, I'm sure Skype is working on this, but the last time I checked, if we had a call with Preston with his weak internet, especially if it was a video call, but even an audio call, I agree with you, the Skype, the quality of the call can go down based on the person with the lowest internet connection. So it can get not so good. So one-on-one, even 3 and 4 is probably fine. And you can have a Skype call. It's funny, the numbers for Hangouts for a face-to-face call like this has the same limit as a Skype call, which when you're on video camera, it's 10. If it was audio only, the limit is 25. And those are free. That used to be you had to pay premium Skype account, but that's no longer true. For a couple of years now, Skype has made it possible to have, and also group screen sharing on Skype. Most people don't know about that. You can do that with up to 10 people for free. But the quality of the call can be affected by the person with the worst internet connection during the call. Like Mr. Preston today. Just today.
I don't
so
me. Usually a Skype when I have
in Skype, I got to do it in Skype's favor, is that if you did a group call or a group, it doesn't have to be a video call even. If you did a group call on Skype, it would make a group chat. It would make a Skype room, a community from the people on the call. And you then can pass links to each other as a group. When the call is over, you've permanently got this group. Now, granted, that is the worst type of Skype room. It's a cloud-based Skype room where you don't have as much control, but you then can privately, like the three of us have a group, and it doesn't matter if it's cloud-based because it's just the three of us. We could pass links to each other, even links to other group chats, where you then can start building a community. And it's best to do that with a legacy room, not a cloud-based room, which I can easily build. You can build a more moderated chat. So passing links to each other to go to a Hangout on Air or to go to a Blab or a Periscope or wherever you are is much easier. It's very, in Skype, you build relationships. If you don't have a good relationship with somebody in Skype, they're out of there. So you respond on Skype. So that's the benefit. It's like, hey, we're having a Blab, come on over. And we didn't even get that many subscribers earlier in the week. And just today, and what was it, Preston, just yesterday, and more people came than I think subscribed. So last minute, passing something on Twitter, passing something on Skype, passing something anywhere on the internet, you're going to get more attention in Skype than you would with email or any other social media. So social media also has delivery problems. Facebook isn't showing you everything, to your followers. Twitter isn't showing everything to your followers. Skype is showing everything to your followers. Yeah. And Walter is going to be on my Skype training tomorrow, which is usually only for my paid members at cuonskype.com. Anyone who really wants to be there at my training tomorrow, I will let you come, and we're going to talk about how you get that engagement and participation in a group Skype chat room. And Walter's going to talk about that because he's great with media and good content creation. Yeah, is fun and engageable.
Well, no, because my battery's at 4%, so I'm going to be dropping off here pretty soon. I really thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. And obviously those that came here, those that are watching the recording afterwards, obviously if you subscribed, you should get a recording. If you're here, I think you should also be getting a recording. We'll probably be editing it. Hopefully Walter will edit it and have a little bit better presentation, put it on YouTube as well. But hopefully everybody follows each other, create a community within the Skype community, but also in the travel and industry that we're in. We're going to try to get more guests to be part of the show that obviously are going to slant it towards the resorts and hotel industry. And I think I think we have something that is unique and different. I'm a biased person on that, of course, because I've been with the company for a while. I know more, obviously, connect with Walter and me.
I'd like to actually share, I should let you finish because you're going to disappear.
No, go ahead. I was going to say follow me, please, because she is the guest of honor here.
Because I was going to say, I wanted to give a testimonial about the webcams. They are amazing. Have me come back and do a recorded testimonial. They're endlessly fascinating. You can watch people walk around, at your resort, in front of your, tourist attractions on the big cities in Milan and, the Caribbean. And it's just, and then we were playing with one the other day. Remember, I didn't share that, Preston, that after our, I was on your site with one of the webcams. I forget which one it was. It had I love the ones at night. It's fun to watch people walk around on the beach, but the ones at night, or at the pool, at your resort. But the ones at night are so beautiful to see people walking around in lights of the night on the streets and stuff. And then we hung up our Skype call, and I was like, what is that noise? I didn't shut the browser. You could hear them. I mean, maybe not all of them have it, but you can actually hear what's going on through the webcam. It's so amazing to be able to see things around the world live.
PrestonOdenbrett.com.
PrestonOdenbrett.com. I'm new to Blabs, guys. I'm just now. I'm mousing over myself and seeing my Twitter profile. I hope it says something good. Let's see. Use Skype for business support, virtual assistant, networking, and list building, Skype room tips, Skype. Yeah, I can never encapsulate in a small sentence what's possible on Skype. It goes on and on.
What's funny, this week I'm going to do a lot of different tweets. So if you guys want to follow me, I got some funny tweets, but one is bet you can't view just one. So if you go on the bottom right hand corner of our views, once you actually view the actual live camera that has their logo on the right hand side or a brand logo and the inside view, you can actually click onto it. It becomes a big screen, so you can have it a screensaver and escape anytime that you want.
Preston, what happens when we click to give props? Click those hands. Does it do something on Twitter?
No, it doesn't. It's basically just the inside here. If you like what everybody talked about, if you like the conversation that you had or whatever, people give you props.
I got 55, 57, 58. Oh, you're that's all you. 62, 66. Preston likes my, I'm getting some from this other guy. How do you tell who's, okay, I can see up here. Donald Brandt, thank you, an American designer, inventor, blah. Okay, well, I'll see you guys on Skype. I'm Julie Wolf, Skype strategist.